They finally did it. They have fixed a problem that has been going on for the past 7 years. A plague that has been ruining everyone's experience since day one. And I'm, of course, talking about Rainbow Six Siege.
You can't even freaking, like, step to me. Are you
So what was that?
Are you freaking serious?
Now, Six Siege is one of my favorite video games to play in my spare time, mostly because I hate it and I will never do a channel video on it. So if I play it, I feel like I'm actually winding down, even though I'm not. For anyone that hasn't played Six Siege, you're really missing out. It is an amazing experience. For example, you could be sat in the corner of a room or sat camping an angle, and then you have a magnifying glass taped to your monitor so you can see if a pixel changes color. And then if you do see that pixel change color, you'll try and get a headshot, completely miss, and then you'll get headshot yourself. Now, I sound like I'm being very cynical. I am sorry about that. It is in the channel name. But to be fair, everything being said, Six Siege is a very fair and balanced game, and every death, much like Dark Souls, feels like it's your own fault and you didn't do anything wrong. A perfect example is this clip that I'm about to show you. Do you know what happened in that situation? You don't? Well, clearly, you've never played Siege. You see, the character on the top floor was shooting the floorboards, and the bullet went through the floorboard and hit him in the head. In any other video game, this would be like a 1 in 10 billion chance, but in Siege, it's every other game, with the top comment on this video saying, should have expected it. Now, I've made some jokes, I poked fun at the game, but to be fair, Six Siege has one of the most wholesome, friendly, welcoming, and open communities I've ever experienced. It's even better than League of Legends. Here's an example of two people at a pre-game lobby wishing each other the best of luck and that they have a very good game.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up, you fucking... Hope you get fucking slammed in the boy, you fucking...
Maybe there's a little bit of trash talking. It's not too bad. I mean, every video game has that from time to time, especially Call of Duty. Siege is no different. But when it comes down to it, Siege is a team-based game. You need to make sure that you have teammates you can rely on, and you can in every single game, because when the shit hits the fan, they will defend you. For example, in this clip where someone tries to defuse a bomb, and then he gets team killed because the guy wanted to get the point himself, and then that guy gets team killed because the guy before him also wanted to get the point for defusing. And last but not least, anything I just mentioned there, the swearing, the slurs, the teammates being terrible people, it doesn't matter, because chances are if you play Six Siege, you're paired with a streamer on your team. A streamer that is probably streaming. And that means that streamer is going to be stream sniped, meaning someone that is stream sniping him is going to have the equivalent of wall hacks, being able to see wherever you guys are and basically shoot through the walls, but legally. Now, we've established that Six Siege is a terrible game. Why am I talking about it? Because I want to do the mating press with Knock and Solace, but that's besides the point. Now, there are many groups of people that play Six Siege. They're probably all equally hated, but there is one group of Six Siege players that are hated the most, that everyone mocks, everyone laughs and spits on them, and if you are that person, you will never admit it to your friends. This community of people was so bad that Ubisoft recently have had to step up and basically ban them, and that is Zim Users. Now, if you don't know how Siege works, it's crossplay. Not crossplay with console and PC, because PC players, you know, we have a mouse, you'd get bodied. Probably not by me, I'm not very good at Siege. I'm Diamond 1, legit. Stop capping. We need evidence. You guys think I'm lying. All right, I'll show you I'm Diamond 1. I'm literally Diamond 1. He's angry because I don't like being called a liar. Basically, if you've got a mouse, you've got way more accuracy, way more precision than a console joystick. So PC players can play with Linux users, thanks for that, but console players can cross-play with PlayStation and Xbox. And like I just said, there's this huge wall in the way because there shouldn't really be console players playing with PC players because the disparity in skill level is just insane with the equipment. So what console players started doing to get that advantage of a PC player is by using a Zim. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially a little USB dongle. You plug it into your PlayStation or your Xbox, and it lets lets you use a mouse and keyboard as peripherals, tricking the console into thinking you're still using the controller. Now, this sounds fun and all, but the problem is it's the classic situation of escalation. Because if you use a Zim and you're really good, you're MVP, your mate will want to use a Zim, and then their mates, and then their mates, and then the enemies will realize you're using a Zim. Everyone will be using a Zim. And then the situation with Zims gets so saturated that basically, if you're not using a Zim, you're handicapping yourself. This led to a situation where over half of console lobbies would be people using a Zim, and you could really tell because their precision was completely unmatched.
Are you using a Zim right now? Okay, so you are using a Zim. Okay. This is just a classic Zim, bro. Let me explain. Doesn't make any rotations. Doesn't put down any of his ability. He's literally playing Call of Duty Warzone, bruh. He hasn't put down nothing, dog. We get it, bro. We get it. Play the game. Damn. Bro, where's the clip at?
Five months.
Now, me and Ubisoft, we have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes they release an amazing game like Far Cry 2 that pushes boundaries. Sometimes it can miss the mark, but the experimentation in it more than makes up for it. And then they can do other things like make Rainbow Six Siege. But that being said, the change that they have made to people that use a Zim is amazing. Most video game devs would be like, okay, Zim users, they get banned, they get a cooldown, stop using the Zim. Ubisoft haven't done that. You are allowed to use a Zim. They know that you use a Zim, but now you will have purposely programmed input delay if you use a Zim. So what they've done, which is just genius, they have turned you using a Zim, this like master tool of like a mouse and keyboard precision, they've turned it into you playing Red Dead Redemption 2. If you don't understand what I mean by that, load up Red Dead Redemption 2 and try and turn Arthur Morgan around. You'll realize when you press the back key, it will take him about 9 seconds to register and then about 16 seconds to actually turn around. And the best thing about this, the fact that no one was actually banned, it led to people self-reporting. So people would film these TikToks where they unplugged their Zim and then they acted like that they were using a controller all the time, self-reporting that they were using a Zim. I'm going to label these people Zimkopas for the rest of the video, but it is hilarious because they have reached levels of cope that is just unprecedented. They are now saying that 6 Siege is a dying game just because they can't use their peripheral to cheat and like dome other players.
I played one game, dude. One game. It's so impossible to aim. You can't. It's so annoying, bro. What?
There's even been streamers that have been using Zim all along on console and they can't use it anymore because the input delay, and they are getting bodied. They are dropping like 5 ranks every 2 games.
Uh-oh. I can't aim. I can't aim. I can't aim. It's so bad. It's so bad.
This is one thing I really love about the Mousetrap that Ubisoft implemented. Like, yes, they are actually calling it a Mousetrap, which is hilarious. It doesn't ban you. It doesn't give you a cooldown. It'll just show a little message in the corner and then give you purpose input delay. So if you're a streamer, it's basically snitching to your entire audience that you're a little bitch boy. If you want an example for like how bad the input delay is on a Zim, here's a clip of a guy trying to shoot out a camera in Rainbow Six Siege. And for anyone that hasn't played Siege, there are cameras around the map that can spot players and they never change location. They're always in the same area. So pretty much every single player in Siege has these like mind mapped, and to shoot them, a stationary camera, it's got this big fat dome on it. It is incredibly easy. Even I can do it, but just look how much this guy struggles. So yeah, I do actually think it's over for Zim cells. Honestly, I feel that they're going to update the technology to be able to bypass this a little bit, but for now, it is hilarious. My For You page on TikTok has just been people coping non-stop how I was only using a controller the whole time. Why am I being punished? Well, it's just so obvious that they unplugged the USB dongle, filmed the TikTok, and then they plugged it back in. I would like to say that this change helps me, but it doesn't actually impact the PC player base at all. I'm still like, I think I'm Diamond 1 or something at the minute, you know, kind of a low rank. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny to talk about. Like, Zim cheaters are just absolute scum. Like it isn't cheating. It technically isn't cheating. It's allowed. But the fact that they've now added an input delay is absolutely hilarious. I just wish people on the PC weren't like complete god sweats, because then I'd, you know, instead of Diamond 1, I'd be champion.
Bye.